Hello Sentinels, and welcome to episode 26. And it was Ghandi that said that basically man's thoughts are what he becomes. I'll put the quote in the title for this particular post. But the post itself is ADHD a superpower or a curse? And the simple answer to that is it's whatever you perceive it to be. And certainly at some points in your life, the younger you are with ADHD, certainly it can seem more like a curse than it can as a gift or a superpower. But the fact is it's what you make of it. You can harness it. You can change yourself. So for example, I'm 53. I don't have any aches or pains. My joints don't creak. I can run for miles. I just need to train. I proved that recently when I got up to, I think it was 16k every second day. And I can do that without a problem. And that is definitely something to do with the fact that I have ADHD. So when I was in my 20s, I could literally run to the point where everybody else would be dropping like flies, and my heart would be tapping away, doing nothing. Because with ADHD, you get crazy amounts of energy, and that's the plus side of it. Downside, of course, is I can remember I drove my mother to the point where she was actually curled up in a ball on the floor, crying. And that's obviously the downside of it. But she taught me one very important thing, is that you should always be true to yourself. Your genetics and what you've been given as on the way to win your life is just, that's not necessarily who you are. It's just your biological basis. So for me, and I hope for you out there, is to look at the positive things, bind the stuff that you want, that you need in your life, to the things that you have that are your strengths. And where you have weaknesses, if you need to, if they're harming you, fix them. A lot of people say, and I have very often said, don't try and fix weaknesses because it's a waste of time. I always qualify that with one simple thing. That's if they're not hurting you, your purpose, or your people. That means your family, your friends, the ones you love. So, my opinion, it's a superpower and a curse. Like most things in life, we are basically an adaptation. We're basically, human beings are very good at what they do. They're apex predators on the planet because they can adapt. And I think all the things that we consider today as disorders or dysfunctions are sort of nature's trying things out to see what you get out of that. If you look at some of the most amazing people, artists, creative people over history, a lot of them are pretty wacky. Even the ones that are alive today, they can be really different. Some of them have disorders. Some of them have bipolar disorder, for example. And I'm damn certain if you, like Vincent van Gogh, if you cut off your ear, you're not of a right mind. So maybe it's this is nature trying different things out. So ADHD is just one of nature's adaptations. Yeah, I don't know what I'd like to call it, but we are definitely different from a cognitive perspective, without a shadow of a doubt. They've proved that already. And they're starting to realize also from now that they can actually look inside the brain, that is the case with other people with other disorders as well. But the question is the disorder is just because you think differently than everybody else. It doesn't mean that it can't be an advantage in certain situations. And if you aim your life at that particular sector or field where that is an advantage, you'll have a fantastic life. It won't be perfect, but to tell you the truth, who has a perfect life? So that's my take on that. I would believe in what Charles Darwin said, we are basically adaptable adaptable animals. Yeah, we're very good at it. And I disagree with the fact that people say that we've stopped evolving. I don't think so. It's just that we're not necessarily smart enough to see it yet. Or perhaps we haven't joined up all the dots. We haven't even come to the point where we've got past medicine with pills yet. Seriously? We're just managing that now. So there's a lot more to discover, and I'm sure good morning, good afternoon, or good night. Bye-bye.